Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we've got a review of a brand new figure, and as I always say, it is from one of my favorite companies in the entire world. It is from Dino Dream, and it is something that I have been looking forward to for quite a while, and let's take a look at it right now. It is this. This is the 1/5 scale Triceratops from the Jurassic Park movie bust by Dino Dream, and it is absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful. It is huge on top of being so beautiful, but my god, this thing is awesome. I know Chronicle Collectibles is currently in the process of releasing their own 1/5 scale Triceratops bust, but Dino Dream has pulled theirs out a little earlier than Chronicle, and honestly I like this one much more than the one that I've seen from Chronicle, because the one that I've seen from Chronicle, I think, although the paint on this one isn't exactly as you see in the film, that Triceratops is a very strange color in my opinion. I've never really been able to figure out quite what color you would consider it. It's kind of like a brown, but it almost to me has like a hint of like a weird purple color, and I don't know, it's very strange. But this one is a very nice brown, and it's very similar in my opinion to the coloration of the one in the movie, but the one that I've seen from Chronicle I think is painted very strange. And honestly, the Chronicle one, the paint job does not look at all like what I've seen in the movie, and this one is very, very close. But overall, the entire paint scheme on this just looks fantastic. It's been painted really, really well, and it looks very realistic. I've shown it to both of my children at this point, and both of them have told me that they think it's a real dinosaur head. So obviously Dino Dream has done something right when they created this, because it looks very, very real, it's painted beautifully, and it looks just absolutely awesome. So instead of me just blabbering all day, let's get a closer look at it. This thing is so big it's kind of tough to even get it in the screen, but you can see here, looking at the front of the face, that the sculpt work is just beautiful all over. There are so many little cracks and crevices all over the place that just make this thing look so realistic. You can see that the nostrils are sculpted out really, really nicely, and there's a beautiful gloss right there on the nostril to show the realism of it. Also, just look at the beak on this thing. That paint job is so stinking nice on that beak. You can see all sorts of cracks and stuff all over it, giving it a very realistic look. It has a little bit of a shine to it. You can see inside the mouth slightly there. It's kind of hard to get in there, but it's painted a very realistic color. Also has gloss inside, giving it more of a realistic look. Coming up here to the front horn, look at the paint job on this. It looks so real. The way they've painted this, it is just incredible. It's sculpted out beautifully. Looks very, very nice. And then coming back here to these horns, the larger horns, just again taking a look at the sculpt work on this, there are just all sorts of little cracks and stuff all over the place, giving it such a real look to it. Kind of how a Triceratops horn would look in reality. It's not going to be perfectly beautiful, but the paint is just beautifully done all over it. Again, giving it, like I've mentioned numerous times, a very realistic look, the way it's been painted. And the dark wash on the underside of these cracks really brings out all the detail of the horns. It's just so stinking nice. And then coming down here to the eye, look as I turn this, how nicely glossed that eye is. It looks so real. And you can see that the eye has been painted with different shades of color. It's like a darker brown on the outer area with a lighter brown on the inside, and then a black pupil. It just literally looks like a Triceratops staring at me. And looking around the eye, you can see all sorts of beautiful detail and sculpt work. It's just incredible. It's like a darker brown around the eye too, just to give it a little bit of different shade and coloration. And then coming down here, on the underside, you can see the sculpt work is immense everywhere you look. Just absolutely beautiful. Coming along the frill, even these little spikes that stick out the side of the frill are sculpted and painted so beautifully. It's incredible. The paint job on this just blows me away. And just the entire sculpt work on the frill is just jaw-dropping. There's just so much beautiful sculpt work all over this Triceratops bust. And up here between the horns, again, more very, very nice sculpt work. Look at that shot straight from the front. Incredible. Looking at the opposing side now. Again, like I've mentioned numerous times already, the paint job on this just has so many different shades of brown and light browns and stuff all over the place, just like a real animal would. And the front beak is just unbelievable looking. Everything about this is so nice. It's such a high quality collectible. Taking a look at the back of the frill, again the detail is super nice all over the place, even in the back. And then you get to this little area, which is very nicely done. It's nice and soft, and this is where you would put the screws into your wall and then hook the screws in there so it would hang very nicely. I haven't quite hung it up quite yet. I just haven't gotten the screws or had the time to really do it, but I will have this thing up on my wall in no time. And then the sculpt work on the neck behind the frill looks beautiful as well from both sides. Looking at it here from the top with it set down, give you a very nice idea of how beautiful this thing looks. I love Dino Dream, I truly do, but this honestly might be my favorite piece that they have done ever, because man is it so nice. It is just beautiful. It really looks like a living Triceratops. Now, in my opinion, one of the biggest selling points about this Triceratops is the price, because I can't really recall off the top of my head exactly how much the Chronicle version is, but I know it is a lot. I think it's about probably $800–900, somewhere in that area, maybe even a little more. I'm not 100% positive, but this one is only $299 plus $99 for shipping. So overall, with this thing shipped, it is $400 for something that is as large as this. So highly detailed, such a great paint job. The paint job is just incredible. You cannot possibly get a collectible like this anywhere else for a cheaper price than that is this nice. There's just no way. Dino Dream is pretty much doing the Jurassic Park collector's world a service by supplying them with products that are this nice and for such a cheap price, because honestly you think $400, you know, okay, that might seem like a lot of money to some, and obviously it is a lot of money. But if you're a dinosaur collector and you collect any type of high-end sculpture like this, any type of a resin model or resin kit, or any of the Dinosauria sideshow, or even Chronicle collectibles, statues, stuff like that, you know just how expensive these things are. And for something that is this insanely beautiful for $400, that literally is pretty much a steal in my opinion. You're not going to find something like this size anywhere else for any cheaper, as I mentioned before. And since I keep talking about how big this is, I'm going to give you a size comparison. As you all know, I'm sure by now you have seen the Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex at some point in person. If you don't already own it, that is the Papo T-Rex sitting on this Triceratops. So you can see that this thing is just insanely large. Look at that guy. Just kind of chilling on there. This Triceratops bust is just absolutely massive. So like I've mentioned numerous times already, this thing is just incredible. For the size of this, the insanely beautifully done paint job, the paint job literally just makes it look completely real to me. And for the sheer amount of detail, you will never find another dinosaur bust for a Triceratops or anything that is this big and beautiful for this price. I can almost assure you that. So if you would like to buy this guy, and I cannot recommend this thing enough, I will link you guys in the description straight to the Dino Dream eBay page so you can pick yours up for yourself, because as I mentioned, this thing is such a highly recommended statue from me. I just cannot get enough of this. I am so psyched to own this and have this in my collection, and you will be too if you purchase this yourself. So go ahead, go down to the description, click that link, and if you've got 400 bucks, go ahead and buy it. If you don't, save up and get it, because trust me, you will not regret it. So go ahead, do all that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.